We're in a series entitled, Why Did God Make Me This Way? And today we're going to talk about this issue. Why did God put me in such a situation? Because my situation really made life very unfair, put me in a disadvantage for the rest of my life. Now, in order to understand how our faith in Christ views this, you have to admit that life is very unfair. We are all created equal. The Bible talks about each human being has the image of God. But in terms of opportunity, in terms of what your life will be, I've observed that life is just not, there's no equality in this. Take, for instance, if you came from a bad family or you had no family, I think you'd be at a disadvantage. Or your IQ, let's say you have a learning disability, you'd be at a disadvantage. Let's say someone is tall and handsome or beautiful. Another person is just not very attractive at all. You'd be at a disadvantage because we are judging by the world's standards. How much money you had growing up changes how you are as an adult. Whether you were traumatized in your life, where you live, what country, the era you came from, whether there was war. All of these are factors, and oftentimes we'd say, well, life is not fair. There's these other people that had better genes, had better situation, had better parents, and I just can't seemingly get my life together. Well, I'm going to give you a passage that is really foundational to correct theological understanding to solve this question, to solve this issue. It's found in the book of Mark, chapter 12, and I'm going to read verses 41 to 44. And he sat down opposite the treasury and watched the people putting money into the offering box. Many rich people put in large sums, and a poor widow came and put in 2 small copper coins, which make a penny. And he called his disciples to him and said to them, "Truly I say to you, this poor woman has put in more than all those who are contributing to the offering box. For they all contributed out of their abundance, but she out of her poverty, and has put in everything she had, all that she had to live on." Now, you read this passage, and in terms of pure mathematics, Jesus is wrong. What's a penny? We don't even, usually don't even pick up a penny off the floor anymore, We think of the bottom line, how much people contribute. That's what is important. A penny, okay, we might not even count it in the offering, In terms of education, it's about whether you got the A. It's about how smart, whether you get the raw score, okay? When you're going to college, it's whether you meet these measurements for you to be accepted into our university. That's how the world operates. But in God, he operates very, very differently. For it's not about the bottom line. It's not a matter of reaching a standard. You see, this woman who basically contributed nothing in terms of what Jesus understands and what he sees, she gave more than everyone combined. You know why? Because Jesus does not measure on the bottom line. He does not measure by how much activity and things you do. What Jesus does is that he takes account who you are, where you're from, what your background is. And he sees where you came from. And he measures your service to him based upon that. That's very, very comforting. Because oftentimes we look at other people who are better, we compare. See, Jesus doesn't compare. As a matter of fact, each one serves in terms of what it means to them, not in comparison to other people. So perhaps you were born in a situation that puts you at a disadvantage. The color of your skin, the occupation of your parents, your IQ. For us in America, it does matter because we measure success based upon that. But in the sight of God, it doesn't matter at all. For God does not measure based upon achievement or the bottom line. Whoever you are, whatever your trauma is, whatever your disadvantage, serve God, obey God. Never compare yourself to anyone else. You know why? Because Jesus doesn't do it. He wants to see what you can do based upon who you are.